Amy and Patrick joining us today in the studio. They've got beer and a toucan because
that's an ingredient for fun, right?
That's right. Two cans are better than one.
Because Brew at the Zoo is this weekend, and wine too.
That's right. There's lots of wine, lots and lots of wine.
This is one of your big events of the year, but it's also one of the best events in Baltimore.
Well, thank you very much. We didn't pay for that at all. Yes, it definitely is. It's a big event for us. It's a big fundraiser. We do this event every Memorial Day weekend. We hope and pray for good weather, and it looks like we're going to get it this year. We want a lot of people to come out. It definitely is an event that you can bring your whole family to, which I don't think is talked about enough. We do have a kids' fun zone. I mean, I bring my kids every year, and they definitely have a good time. There's like bouncy houses and face painting and stuff to do, and plus your admission includes a ticket to the zoo. So you can always get samples, but you have to drink in the area, and then you can walk out on grounds for a little bit and then come back and get some more.
She did all that. Describe all that. Fighting off a toucan who's fighting at it.
He's nipping at your arm.
He is.
They are, oh wow, he's eating something right now. They are bizarre looking animals.
He's a good catch too. It's a keel-billed toucan. It's the national bird of Belize. He's beautiful. He's all black. He's got yellow throat up around his eyes, and then a little red ring on his butt and on his chest. And his bill is the best part of him, which he likes to use on my arm frequently. But it also is what makes him a toucan. It's very, very light. It's made out of keratin, which is the same thing as your hair and your nails. If you shine a light, you can almost see through it, but it also makes it very hard for them to fly, so they're very dopey-looking flyers. They're not elegant like an eagle or a crane. They're just like, please keep me in the air, and they are waving and rowing their little wings as fast as they can.
They look a little it looks like the beak is too big to carry.
It does. It looks like he's going to tip over, like those birds that used to sit on the edge of the glass and go down into the glass and get a drink.
Exactly.
It does. And I've seen them in the wild, and it's so funny to watch them fly because they really just struggle to stay up, so which is why they spend most of their time in the treetops. A lot of options up there to hop around, and they can get to where they need to go to get to different food sources without having to put a lot of effort in.
Is it someone's idea of a joke that the fact that his food looks like it was colored by the Fruit Loops people?
It does, and it's funny. It's red in, red out, so it never really takes that all in. We have to be actually really careful with their diet. All the kids ask us if we feed him Fruit Loops. I'm like, oh, he does not need any sugar. So they get something called iron storage disease. So it's one of the reasons we have dietitians look at all of our diets. We have to make sure to give him iced tea. Every day we give him tea because it binds with the tannins, or the tannins in the tea binds with the iron, and it flushes through his system. Otherwise, commercial diets that you give to birds and zoos sometimes have a really high iron content, and the toucans can't handle that. So,
how about the tannins in red wine?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he is a lush. So, you'll see him at Brew with his sampling glass, unlimited sampling.
So they don't follow their nose.
They
don't. The flavor of fruit.
That's right, wherever it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he follows his nose all over the place. He's a very loud bird. He's beautiful. He knows it. He's very famous. He's been on Martha Stewart. He knows that everyone loves to look at him. So when you see him at the zoo, you'll see him as an animal ambassador. He wanders around the zoo with a handler underneath of him, someone holding on to him. He also goes on school programs and does events off grounds.
And you've had him since he was a baby, right?
I've had him since he was 6 weeks old. He was the ugliest little thing I've ever picked up. He had this little short green beak and didn't have all of his feathers in yet, and he was just as feisty as he is now.
What's his personality like?
He's very hyper. He's a very hyper bird. People always ask, should I get a toucan as a pet? Oh, no. No. They're very, very hyper. Again, their diet is really specialized, but they don't bond with you like, people who like birds like parrots and cockatiels and cockatoos. They don't bond with you like that. They're not social like that. So they're not going to pair bond forever. They're not going to find somebody and just really be in love with them. Although one of our handlers, Rick, thinks that Sam is really in love with him, and those two should get a room because it's really kind of disgusting when they get together. They're so in love, but I definitely do not recommend a toucan as a pet. They're super hyper, and I'm happy to leave him at the zoo when I go home.
Now, what is this noise that he's making? What is that?
He's purring. It's actually really happy noise. So he's very happy. He's eating. He's getting to, munch on my arm a little bit. That makes him happy. But he also has the bright light, which he really likes. But when he wants somebody to pay more attention to him, he makes this horrible screeching noise, like ah, 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 which is a lot of fun when he's inside for the winter in a concrete building. So
he just bit you.
He did. He's a breast man. He does.
Good Lord. Wow. Didn't see that coming.
No. Yeah, he would like any other piece of food, which is how he tells me.
All right.
And he's an excellent catch. There you go. He can catch food in midair, so we do let kids throw some of his food to him sometimes so he can catch it.
And Patrick's here to talk about the other side of
That's right.
things,
He'll be
which
at
is
Brew at the Zoo as well.
some of the breweries that'll be here, and he's brought in some. This is a nice hoppy ale from the Southern Hemisphere. Harvest. This is Sierra Nevada.
Yeah, this is part of a 2-beer series that we do. One in our spring and one in the late fall. This first one, the Southern Hemisphere, is we make it using all ingredients from New Zealand. The hops and the barley are dried, freshly shipped, kind of highlighting their peak part of the season. The company that Sierra is, we're very much about fresh ingredients, quality products. We use the best possible ingredients we can get. We're going to get the best possible beer we can make. So it's a message they've been communicating for a long time, and it's kind of resonated because this pale ale is one of those beers that you see and you know.
Yeah, everyone knows that green label pale ale, but you make a ton of other varieties that you can try at Brew the Zoo.
Exactly. We're going to have 4 different beers pouring. We'll have Kellerweiss, which is a Bavarian style wheat. A little bit on the lighter side. It's the wheat beer for people that don't like wheat beers. Then we'll have the Southern Hemisphere pouring. Our Summerfest, which is a Pilsner style lager, so that is about as light as we get. It's the one that's the most approachable, I think, for those people just getting into craft beer. So just because this is a beer event, and a wine event, don't think that if you don't drink great, craft beer or micro beers all the time, that it's not a good way to experiment. Because ultimately, going to the store and grabbing a $10 or $11 6-pack is not maybe the most cost-effective way to do that. You can try 30 or 40 beers in one day in this particular situation.
Yeah, this is a great chance, like you said, to sample a bunch of different craft beers, and of course, there's PBR there too. Isn't it?
That's right. Hometown favorites. Yeah, and it's $30 for members, $45 for non-members. Kids can come in too. There's reduced rates for designated drivers, which is great. If you are a member, you definitely get that big discount, which is nice. Buy your tickets online ahead of time. That way you don't have to wait in line. There's also the Famous Dave's barbecue experience, VIP barbecue experience. We have an area specifically for the VIP ticket holders that get you in early and also get you an animal appearance, and it also gets you access to bathrooms, which is nice. Private bathrooms. So you don't have to wait in the common folk porta pot line. And also it gets you fantastic food throughout the day.
And all the information's at their website, marylandzoo.org.
That's right, marylandzoo.org, and we have Kelly Bell Band. Kelly Bell Band is our headliner on Saturday, and the Reagan Years is our headliner on Sunday, which is great for us. So it's good bands, keep your family and keep you guys happy.
You lead singer in that band?
Getting the band
That's
back
right,
together.
the band back together.
Hey, thanks a lot. Amy and Patrick, Baltimore Zoo, Brew at the Zoo this weekend. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
And Sam, you too.
Yes.
Tempered.